Hello everyone, this is Mafuman, this is StarCraft Star Battle. This is a 6-on-6 ship-building action game starring Lean. Lean's going to come on in there with a 1.5 speed, but that leaves 5 upgrades for interceptors right there. Alexis going to come on in there, 1.61 speed, range, and it looks like Psychedelic's going to be coming in there, 1.51 speed, range as well. And DMV Reloaded. DMV Reloaded is going to go in there with Energy Nova. Looks like there is Fiore is going to be 1.5 speed, a little bit of Gatling Cannons and Griffins to farm, and then Stone is going to bring up the caboose. We're going to see what he upgrades when he actually upgrades it. Thanatos is going to be the Destro on the blue side. Blue side Destro is going to come on in there with Bombardment, going to use that on Alexis. Kankanos is going to fly around with that 1.61 speed, and a little bit of backlash rockets as well to push up there. Largear is going to move on in there with some warp. And then 1.51 speed interceptors only at 1 though. So, kind of just for farming and a little bit less damage. However, they have extra money for other stuff. Looks like Alexis is going to be pushed back by Thanatos. Thanatos is not going to make the commitment because they don't have enough areas to make another bombardment. Kankanos is going to move on back, protecting themselves, not trying to let DMB Reloaded get too comfortable trying to take the kill right there. But they're going to see how far they can push them back. Against them, Sam, the Guardian, going to boing on the rocks a little bit, has no upgrades right now. He's going to try to struggle around the rocks. Hopefully they get back, use that 271 of money to do something like that. Against them, they have a Lion enCaged as well. Lion enCaged 1.51 speed, and Wraiths and laser batteries to try to farm, attack, all that. Against the onslaught of Lean, Alexis, and Stone moving in there. 1.61 speed, laser batteries, Gatling cannons, that type of stuff. Looks like Thanatos is going to take a whole bunch of damage. Kankanos is going to have to protect them, and as well as Largear. Will this be enough? The Dreadnought is relatively low, has about 700 left, 590 done, taken out by DMBR Reloaded. DMBR Reloaded is going to be there, picking up the first kill very early in the game. DMB Reloaded does have Energy Nova, which deals up to 30 damage plus 210 versus Massive to all units in a greater radius area. Deals 6 damage to all allied units in the area as well. However, returns 44% of damage dealt to, shields to the Void Ray. Helps the Void Ray, which has very little limited health, be a little bit more tanky. At the cost of energy, Sam going to move on back. About 3,000 life. Will they make the commitment to kill them right now? It might be worth it right there. They are going to keep on moving. They are bunched up right now. However, the Guardian is going to possibly make it back, just barely making it back. No upgrades whatsoever. 361. Let's hope that they get some upgrades right there. Any of these would be great. Looks like Kankanos is going to try to protect the tower as best they can. Has backlash rockets at 9.7 range, and just kind of staying around there. Did scare off the red side. They had the numbers, they couldn't make the kill right there. Looks like Stone's going to move on back 260, and Fiore has 426. Psychedelic going to try to farm. Alexis going to try to farm. Everybody's trying to take off these interceptors. Interceptors are not the most upgraded, so that is pretty possible. It looks like Lion enCaged is going to go around the side. Not going to try to get in there and attack. However, they're going to go around the side and try to get that money. They realized that they probably couldn't pick up 3 kills, especially fighting off 3 enemies. As a frigate, is you're there for damage, they're there for damage. Neither of you are there for taking it. And so if you can get all of this money, they went up to 200 already before they even really got into the attack mode. They didn't even get to the Goldilocks zone yet, and they already have about 230, 250 right now. Alexis is going to fly around. Looks like DMB Reloaded 553, Lean 499, Psychedelic 355, and Alexis is 500 right there. Looks like Red Defect is going to fly in there. Kankanos is going to fly as well. All trying to do a little bit of damage, trying to not get attacked by the towers, which are at 10 range, and none of them can quite outrange it just yet. So what they're trying to do is just farm, but pulling back just in time. They are still down 1 ship. Sam does have upgrades. They have 1.61 speed, needle spines, acid spores, and a bunch of range. However, they don't want to stay in there too long because there's no vortex, there's no healers at all whatsoever. Actually, on either side, there's no healers. And there's a lot more tanks. Largear, risking it, gonna fly in there. Oh, not have enough energy for warp. Warp only works if you don't take any damage. and it looks like they're going to be flying in there. Lean with the vortex, right there. Now they do have to compete with the Tempest right there, but they will take them out. Will the blue side commit to saving their friend? I don't think they will. They're going to leave them to rust right there, and that actually, is a sacrifice they would have to make because they are just frigates. They are just heavy damage dealers. However, the lower gear is going to be taken out by DMB Reloaded. enCaged flying back, spending all their money, has so much range, backlash rockets, and heavy damage. Red Defect, at 1.71 speed, going to have 437, and Kenkanos about 500 right there. It is a bunch of frigates, 3 frigates and a Guardian so far, all heavy damage dealers, all not designed to take very much damage, versus 2 frigates, a Pointy Void Ray, a carrier, long distance damage dealing, and also has Vortex, and then 2 tanks right now, all trying to farm. The money differential is going to start showing themselves right now. Although enCaged was able to get a whole bunch of farm, so it's not as out of whack as it could be. That is still quite a bunch of money that the red side is behind by, or is ahead by. Setting up some, they have bombardment as well as just bombardment right now as Stone's damage. He's going to want to move back though because he has the entirety of the blue side against them. Lean has another 43 seconds on Vortex and then also has to get 200 energy. They spent 400 on Vortex. It did help get a kill. However, it cost 200 energy and has a long cooldown. So they have to make up that energy again. And they're going to try to move on back. Lexus is going to move, be kind of the slowest of all of them on the retreat. However, has plenty of space and is not going to take any real more damage. Psychedelic, 578. Looks like DMB Reloaded, 499, or 89. Flore has 390. Lexus, 415. Stone, 146. And Lean, 291. DMB Reloaded, trying to get that extra farm, but then enCaged catches them on the side. Does a whole bunch of damage at range and is going to try to punish that Void Ray. It does have Blink, it won't die, however, it will take a whole bunch of damage all the way down to the shields and past that as well. Sam has a 205, has Needle Spines and Acid Spores. Going to fly in there, taking some damage from the battle station because they're trying to get that money in the middle. And will they move on back? Lean, the Vortex is almost ready. 9, 7, 8, 9, 200. There we go. Now we can finally use it. Will Sam be taken out before then, though? We got frigates on all over the place. We got 3 frigates trying to protect the 1 Guardian. However, Lexus does pick up the kill right there. Red Defect flying in the middle, as well as Kenkanos and enCaged, the 3 Musketeers right here. Gonna move on back there. They don't want to be caught out. They can't drain energy, so this carrier can keep on getting more and more abilities. So can this Void Ray. They have about 400 energy right now. They have Energy Nova as well as Blink. They can get on in there and they can survive a little bit longer once they start doing some damage. But nothing on the blue side can detect. It's 480 right there. Red Defect has 430. enCaged 781. Now, what looks like they're going to try to do is go for a whole bunch of damage. I mean, obviously, if they're frigates, they are high damage dealers, but they're also going to try to go for just their Ripwave Warheads, adding area of effect in their Ripwave Warheads as well. And enCaged has Afterburners as well as Quick Reload. Quick Reload quickly immediately finishes the cooldown of Backlash Rockets from 4 to 0, so you can launch 2 in a row. Look at these missiles launching all the way. Now, Floor's going to launch his bombardment to try to hurt them. They can still upgrade shields. They might have to just start doing that, though. Lean is right in the damage zone. He is low on health. He's out of shields. If he can use his Vortex, he can get a kill. If he doesn't use his Vortex, he could die himself. Looks like Stone's going to fly in there. Has no abilities. Actually, neither of these Dreadnoughts have projected field or anything like that. Vortex swings, hits on enCaged. Red Defect. Looks like the Kenkanos is caught right there. But the red side is so injured they can't make a kill right there. They're going to move on back to base. Stone 307 Flore, 307, 314 from Lean. We got Psychedelic 681, 420 from Himlexus, and Reloaded has 448. They are all just trying to farm as much as possible. There's no surprise carriers. These are just House Tempests flying in there. They will be taken out eventually. However, they're just going to fly in there, shoot either the capital ships or the motherships, or the battle stations until such point as they're dead. That's the only thing they can shoot. So they're going to fly in there, take a whole bunch of damage. But they are providing some fire support. D&B Reloaded warps in there or blinks in there. Has a Chrono Rift as well to slow down missiles and charge. Although their general beam isn't very strong right now, only at 4 upgrades, not very speedy even. He can upgrade it with charge. Line and Cage, 883, Red Defect 413, and Kankanos 536. Very smart decision making. Moving back before the carrier has a chance to catch them off guard. Moving back before the Void Ray has too much time on their hands. The Void Ray is going to be great as long as the frigates are out of position. If they're by base, the Warp Prism provides some level of protection. If they're by base, the Mothership can detect. If they're by base, they're relatively safe because the Void Ray does damage over time, and there's just not very much time in between, basically right here and right here. However, if they were by the opposing side base, they have the entire map to just build up that damage right there. D&B Reloaded taking a whole bunch of damage from the tower though. As a Void Ray, you have very limited health, and so whatever damage you can avoid is good. You should be more of a Void Ray instead of Void Ray. Looks like the frigate army is moving forward. The red army is moving back. Looks like Lean has 10 upgrades on his interceptors, and Vortex 1.61 speed can try to catch them, but they know that he wants to do that, so they're being relatively cautious, trying to do as much damage from a distance as possible. Stone taking some damage, 16 base armor, and 24 base armor from Flore, because they have 4 upgrades instead of 2. Red side moving back, but Line and Cage has the range, 11.9 right now to try to hit Flore. Gonna keep on hitting, going on the side. The Psychedelic has Ion Charge, Ion Cannon, and is trying to do that. We got a bombardment attempt by Flore, but it's not quite enough. The frigates are just going to keep on trying to kite. We have 2 engaged in combat, 1 just half-only farming right now. They're going to build up that money. They have about 270 right now, because they can just pick up basically both of the lanes kind of on the side. Lexus trying to do some damage. They have 11 upgrades on their backlash rockets, 10.8 range, and 1.71 speed. Psychedelic 7 upgrades on their backlash rockets because they went for Ion Cannon. Ion Cannon is a whole bunch of damage, 2,000 plus 1,600 versus shield. So it will really do some damage and can catch them. However, because he invested in one thing, fancy ability, he doesn't have that amount of money to put into missiles. Blue side moving back, just with plenty of time, trying to make it back, not trying to get caught by anything. No surprise carrier action. Kankanos has 525, Red Defect 493, almost 500 right there as well. About 1,000 from Line and Cage. Psychedelic using the afterburners to move on there. Gonna try to farm. D&B Reloaded really wants to catch somebody, but is gonna have to move back. The blue side knows that they are on a kind of razor's edge of being caught by one vortex and it's over. Flore moving up, has protective field, has repair bots, has bombardment, has 350 to use that. Relatively cheap abilities right here. Protective field, repair bots are 50 each, bombardment 100, so it's actually not that much of an over investment. We got Lean. Lean has scouts as well. Scouts upgraded to 8. They have 10.4 armor and Protoss plasma shields of 5.6. Antimatter missiles do 80 every shot, so they're kind of like super tanky, interceptors. You have to target them with the C key, so you can launch your interceptors, then launch your scouts. Have so many things flying in there. Only defense that they have is laser gravity's range and speed. running away from them is always the option. They can also launch the Wraiths to try to do something. Vortex being used, Vortex swing and a miss. Lion and Cage saw it coming right there, and Michael Jackson moonwalked back right there. We have Red Defect trying to push, and Kankanos in the tube as well. All three frigates are flying in the tube. Now that it's safer, that the carrier has already used their Vortex. But the red side is not in immediate danger because they're still pretty far away. We got Psychedelic is going to fly away along the side, trying to catch whatever farm they possibly can. Has about 290 right now. DNB Reloaded has almost 600. Lean 290. Stone 199. And Lexus 410. Just flying in there. The sheer amount of damage. 13 upgrades on the missiles. 16 upgrades on missiles. 13 upgrades on missiles. They are just trying to do as much as possible. And yes, Fiore and the other one are tanks. They can't tank everything forever. They have protective fields. Going to add 50 extra armor to their base, so 50 plus 24. However, each one of these missiles, 138 from Kankanos. Let's say 156 from Lion and Cage, shooting 9 times. Kankanos shoots 8 times. 7 times at 138 for Red Defect. So it adds time that it just adds damage that they can tank. 50 is not a small amount. However, they can't take frigate firepower for that long. It just extends their ability to take it more than other people. The red side moving up. They can try to go for the towers, but the blue side is relatively healed. They're not in immediate danger. All they need to do is go back, use that money to buy more fancy upgrades or just more missiles. When in doubt, missile it out. We got Lean has 20 more seconds on the Vortex. Flore trying to do some damage against the Warp Prism, and Lion and Cage up there. Looks like the blue side is trying to just defend. Again, they were not injured, so they don't have to go back to base and stay back at base. They can just stay there forever and keep on doing damage. Red Defect moving in. He knows that the Lean is dangerous right now. Vortex back up. When you click on somebody, you don't necessarily see that the Vortex is back up. You just know that it was used about 2 minutes ago, and that's the measure right there. Kankanos taking a whole bunch of damage. We got DMB Reloaded. Does take out the Kankanos right there. But Lex is also very damaged. Now it's just a 6 versus 2. We got Flore moving back. DMB Reloaded, very injured, but going to make it back to base with 284. Stone, 566. Lexus, 217. Psychedelic, 379. And Lean, almost 700 money right there. Let's see what they end up upgrading. It looks like the Stone has Siege Mode, level 1. What they're going to try to do is just make it contain. They have the ships for it. But the siege mode deploys into siege mode. In this mode, the Dreadnought has a very long range and affects area damage. The Dreadnought in this mode cannot attack targets at close range and moves very slowly and has reduced armor. You turn yourself into a big gun. That's a big glass cannon. Not going to be able to take any damage, and these frigates are all about how much damage they can do. What you can do is out damage the Warp Prism, outrange the Warp Prism, and just try to stay alive. Lion and Cage laying up some mines. Red Defect 435 to try to do something. Hopefully, maybe even more shields. You're not going to be tanky, but you have to survive against 6 ships right now. Psychedelic trying to play footsie with Lion and Cage, basically just trying to see who can shoot from longer away. And it looks like Lion Cage is going to fly in there. The DMB Reloaded uses the Energy Nova. It doesn't kill these magnetic mines though. It looks like Fury is going to move in there. He's going to use his protective field. Going to try to do as much damage as possible. And he does not have siege mode. The Stone does. Stone, let's see if he sets up the siege mode. He does. Let's see that range on that bad boy. It goes all the way out to this little line right here. A little past the Warp Prism, but the Warp Prism cannot quite reach it. Look at that. Fantastic positioning. Although he's going to inch it a little bit closer. He's just going to wager that he can probably take out Lion and Cage if he tries to attack him. It looks like this Warp Prism is going to go down slowly. He has Stone shooting at Lion and Cage and just allowing this tower to be destroyed. Red Defect flying around, has 16 upgrades on the backlash rockets, shooting 7 times. Lean has the Vortex. He could catch him. He's gonna try. He's gonna swing the miss. Just barely misses Red Defect. Red Defect saw that the carrier was looking at him, and when the carrier looks at you, that means usually that they're trying to go for some type of ability. They know he has Vortex. That's what he saw and assumed, and it was just pulling out in time. Stone, look at this slow turtle walking, cutting off the escape routes of the blue frigates. It looks D&D Reloaded though, taking so much damage. They're gonna launch right there. He's taken out by Lion enCaged. We got Vortex is out. The Lean still has about 118 seconds on the Vortex right now. Flore gonna move on back. 8-11 so far. Will they stay in combat? They do have the numbers for it. Stone gonna set up a siege mode. Siege mode right there can do so much damage. Oh, Red Defect is probably like 1 or 2 shots away. It's not quite enough there. Lion enCaged is gonna take some damage. He is in a position where he can hit the Warp Prism and just kind of like stranglehold them down. And it looks like Lexus is going to take a whole bunch of damage. Really going to have to maybe go back to base just preemptively. I know that that the temptation is there to pick up as many kills as possible, to stay with as long as possible. However, frigates have such little health that it might not be worth it. The Warp Prism going to move in there and take some, just going to keep on taking damage. They can't quite break this hold right now. Torpedo is ready though from Red Defect. He just has the cooldown's ready. However, the actual amount of energy isn't quite there. He has 3 abilities: Ripwave Warheads, which cost energy, the Afterburner is 75, and then Fusion Torpedo. So he has to just build up more than just the 275 he has. Red side moving back with 1 less ally than they used to. 1,216, 17 monies. We have Stone 611, Hoon Lexus 1465 money, and Lean 1110. Gonna keep on making that money. They were able to farm so well because the siege mode was just kind of like making the blue side choose whether they wanted to take out a tower or lose a tower or dive into a kill. And with so many ships, they couldn't quite commit to that. Looks like Flore gonna have 28 base armor, 5 upgrades, has siege mode, obviously, repair bots, the protective field, and bombardment, sticking with those, and has 525 to support it. 11 upgrades on Gatling Cannon. Gatling Cannon also upgrades how much damage is done in siege mode and how quick it shoots. You got Lexus flying up the sides. And it looks like they have 2-shot lasers, 23 backlash rockets, upgrades, 198 every missile, shooting 7 times. Lean gonna fly in there. Has 23 upgrades on scouts. They do a 155 damage. Interceptors, 36 damage. And again, the frigates do a lot of cool stuff. They don't have any area of effect damage that can do that against interceptors and scouts and small ships. So they are relatively under attack by things like interceptors, under a bunch of threat by interceptors. And he has to see right now the interceptors are flying in there, trying to do some damage. Lean has to shoot the scouts separately, so he's going to hold on to them until such point as he can actually make an exact kill. Siege mode being set up pretty far away is going to have a bunch of time before he can actually scoot up there. But Lean flying in there, trying to get the Vortex. If he can get a Vortex off, plus keep him in the Dreadnought range, he's quite gone. And Lexus is taken out by Lion enCaged. And it looks like Red Defect gonna fly in there. Has the Fusion Torpedo. Gonna use it on Stone. Stone really cannot move out of the way. He's gonna get hit. We got Lion enCaged flying around the side, doing some damage, trying to take out somebody. Stone is quite hurt, but cannot be killed because Flore was providing area of effect damage against them. Kind of the 2 sides being used. Psychedelic taking a whole bunch of damage though. Another round of missiles could possibly do it. Will he have enough time to do it? Not quite. Psychedelic gonna limp on back to base. Has to slow move it back. He can't warp because he's in too much. He's already burning right now. Red Defect taking all this damage. Really, another shot he'll be out. And it looks like Red Defect are taken up by Flore. And it looks like Lean is going to fly around. He doesn't have very much health, but it's going to be enough that he can make it back to base. Flore using that protective field. Line enCaged in the danger right there. Flore taken there. And will he actually make a kill? It looks like line enCaged is going to keep on trying to attack. He has the missiles. He has a 180 every missile shooting 10 times each. 10 missiles each time. It looks like 28 plus 50, and that's just going to be keeping on pushing. Flore taking a whole bunch of damage. It looks like he's all alone though. The rest of the red side was too injured to warp back to base, and are probably just healing up right now. It looks like he's going to keep on pushing, and he's going to probably make it back and take out the Dreadnought. Flore taken out by line enCaged. Stone and Psychedelic make it back to base, as does Lean. However, because they were all injured when they moved back, they couldn't warp back to base and then quickly get back into combat. They had to slow walk it back to base, get healed enough, and then try to warp, and it just was not enough time. 3 versus 1. Psychedelic moving in there. 1.91 speed and 11 upgrades on the laser battery. Backlash rockets at 14. Stone, so far, still has the commitment to siege mode. And no other abilities. Doesn't have... it doesn't look like they have anything else right now. Lean in scouts. It looks like Psychedelic gonna move up the side. Line enCaged setting up a layer of mines. Mines do 830 to massive ships, but you have to kind of like either choose to explode them all at once on contact, or or choose to explode them manually. That means clicking on each one and telling it to explode on the person instead of, and then allowing them to fly over them if you don't want them to explode. Lean flying around, keeping near Psychedelic right now. Lean with the Vortex has 350. Again, no energy drain right now, so he can just fly in there with his Vortex. However, even though he upgraded his plasma shields 15 times, or 15 armor 12 times, he still does not want to risk taking a necessary damage. Line enCaged taking those scouts. Looks like laser batteries do 42 plus to massive they do 61. Load of extra damage. Mines being used, exploding on the on Lean right now. Scaring him off. Doesn't want to commit right there. Oh, he canceled the torpedo. Trying to do some damage, trying to scare them off. He's going to keep on flying in there, keep doing some damage. Interceptor's flying in there, although to scare line enCaged back into his cage. Psychedelic gonna be moving in, gonna try to see who can shoot who with the frigate. Stone setting up that siege. That siege is a little bit out of range for the mothership, but does have enough to hit line enCaged. But without any abilities, he doesn't have his plasma. He doesn't have a protective field, so he's actually relatively hurt. And yes, he's in a vortex. Yes, there's Psychedelics right there. Will this be enough to take out line enCaged? He's gonna unsiege because he knows he will take more damage. He's gonna move on back. He doesn't want to make the commitment. Psychedelic launching his ion cannon. However, Lean gonna fly in there, gonna do as much damage as possible. Gonna set up the siege again, a little bit slightly right there. Gonna hit him twice, 3 times, but not quite enough. He got the fusion torpedo on Stone, and it does hit him. He is burning on down. The fusion torpedo ignited. It will burn him down, and he uses his emergency shields. But now he's going to burn the shields. He is so low on health, though. Stone taken out by line enCaged. Lean, limited health right there. It looks like he is able to make another pickup while back at base, using that healing that he has. He has 18 upgrades on his plasma shields. The Terran plasma shields don't get shield armor count in the same way that Protoss ones do. Psychedelic gonna move on back, 1180, and it looks like the red side. Now they do still have the ability to vortex them, but really at this point they have to start focusing on the command center itself. Mothership, command center, same thing. Even though the game's either to take out the mothership or to take out the capital ships, sometimes the mothership becomes an easier target, even though it has so much extra health. just because of how damaging the abilities of the later on game units can be. It looks like this frigate's going to move up the middle, going to keep on trying to shoot, farming but not trying to get too far, using the interceptors or the wraiths, which are cloaked on the side. They're upgraded 10 times. They do 32 damage or 42 to massive, and basically are just there to farm right now. They two-shot at the moment. Blue side moving up the side, going to stay the same. They're going to stay on the same lane. That means that there's less money that they can make individually. However, it does make them safer as a team. These mines being set up, mines upgraded 890 each. Interceptors going to fly in there, going to try to farm. Now we're going to see if Lean can get this vortex. It's all about the vortex timing. If he overcommits, then he'll miss it, and then it's a wasted opportunity. If he doesn't use it, then he's also in danger. So we got Psychedelic trying to move up the side, 11.9 range. Lion and Cage has 11.9 range as well. 14 upgrades on Psychedelic's missiles, and 20 upgrades on Lion and Cage's. Looks like Lion and Cage doesn't have ion cannon though. So it looks like these interceptors are going to try to push on up. Now Lean is going to launch his scouts. His scouts do a lot of damage. The scouts do 165 each time. However, they're just not quite enough to get them all the way down. They are moving ahead the Terran plasma shields lower and lower. Again, the mothership's only going to heal the hull damage, so the interceptors have to just burn down all this plasma shielding first. Missiles, the mines being used. Carrier almost out, and he's almost so low, and he's going to swing, and that does hit. He's going to keep on burning down. He is going to really make it back to base. He has a 400, 300, 200, 100, 90 something gone. Lean picked up, killed by Lion and Cage. Now it's the frigate on frigate action, and this frigate does a whole bunch less damage because he has the ion cannon. Will this be enough though? He's going to keep on flying in, and he's going to just take the loss, and that was a fantastic game. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to send your replays to mafumancasting@gmail.com. Press like, press subscribe. We are doing StarCraft Star Battle all the time.